Hey, this is your Big Butt A, Josh Robinson with Josh Strong Fitness. And I want to talk to you today about the 3 most important things you need to do to lose weight concerning your diet. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't try all these crazy, miserable diets and try to overthink this if you're not doing these 3 simple things. And I'm going to tell you, if you do these consistently and you do these 3 things that are easier than you think they are, then you will have success. You will have success. So make sure you're following this. Make sure you let me know if you have any questions. Share this with someone that needs it. And if you need more information, please reach out or send a comment below or send me a message as well. Without further ado, let's start with number 1. And this is in importance. Number 1 is stay in a calorie deficit. Now, if you don't know what your calorie deficit is, there's calorie calculators on the internet you can look at. You can also average out 10 days of logging food, go 500 calories below that, that will be your calorie deficit. You want to be 500 calories average per day less to lose 1 or 2 pounds a week. That's 3,500 calories a week that you need to be in a calorie deficit. The catch to that is, you don't want to go too far one way. Because if you go, women need to have at least 1,200 calories a day, and men need to at least have 1,500 calories a day, according to the Department of Human Health Services, which is a very credible source, but you need to have that for overall health. And let's just think about it. If you need to be in 1,000 or 1,100 calorie range to lose weight, that means you don't have that much weight to lose, so you're not going to lose as fast. So you might not need to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. You might only lose 1/4 pound or 1/2 pound, but you'll get there because you're trying to tone up and still look good and feel good. You don't want to get that drain your energy, start getting sick because you're not eating enough. So make sure you're doing that. So calorie deficit is number 1. Deficit is number 1. This is the most important thing. The most important thing. I don't care. You can stop right here. If you're not doing that, you need to stop. Because if you eat 10,000 calories of broccoli, you're still going to gain weight. So make sure you're logging your food to know. And if you're one of those people like, I don't want to log my food in every single day of my life, well, do it for 14 to 30 days so you have an idea. And if you start gaining weight or not losing weight as fast, go back to it. But you have to log your food to know. You can't just guess it, because more like we're eating more, our portion sizes are high. So be very careful with that. Number 2, protein intake. Protein intake, there's a lot of things out there about this. There's a lot of things out there. I suggest 60 to 75% of your total weight to get in protein intake. I try to get with whole foods. Also, the catch with this is don't try to go so high, because if I get more, well, it's better. It's like if you less calories, it's better. No, because if you do, say, 1.5 to 2 times your body weight in protein, that could lead to diseases. There's heart disease, liver disease. There's a lot of things that can increase your risk of cancer, because with the red meat you're eating as well. So be careful with that. So you do not want to go so far, but it's just not good enough for you. You only need a certain amount. You're going to waste it anyways. If you get, some people say you can get up to a pound, a gram per pound. I'd say, if you do that every so often, that's fine, but don't make that a habit. But you want to get 60, 75% of your total calories with protein. Protein intake. And last but not least, and I'm going to tell you right now before I go to this last one, if you're not doing 1, don't worry about this last one. If you're not doing 1 and 2, don't worry about this last one. Make sure you're following these steps. Don't overthink this. The problem is we think way too much. But number 3 is whole foods. Whole foods. Suggestion is 80% of your diet should be from whole foods. That gives you 20% leniency there to still get other stuff. Now, some people are eating so-called healthy by frozen dinners and all this stuff. That's not healthy. There's all these additives in there where you see all these ingredients that are a mile long. You don't even know what they are. Those are what I'm talking about. You want to stay away from. Whole foods are on the outside of that grocery store, not in the inner aisles there. Those are what you want to get with most. To me, that's the hardest. That's the hardest for myself and for a lot of my clients and a lot of people in general. You want to make it so if you're looking at it right now, like, man, I'm already doing like 60% in this stuff because I'm doing like Weight Watchers or these frozen dinners are supposed to be healthier for me. So if you're doing that, start with 50%, then 60, 70, get to 80. Let 80 be that goal. But this be mindful of that. You need to make sure you're doing that. It will help you a lot in the long run. It keep you from being as hungry, because whole foods will have more fiber, has less sugar intake. It will help you so much. So whole foods here. So with all these, especially 1 and 2, if you're not logging your food, and you think you are, if you're not, you will never know if you're in a calorie deficit or if you have enough protein. So if you're not doing If you're not logging your food to know, you don't know if you're in that calorie deficit. If you're not logging your food to know if you have enough protein, you don't know if you have enough protein or not. So make sure you're doing that. The problem is nobody can do that for you. You have to do it. It's like nobody can make you work out on days when you're not with a trainer or you're not, you're not motivated. You have to do it. So make sure you're doing that. That is very important in all of this. But you cannot lose weight being in a surplus of calories. And if you're one of those people that eat 4 days a week and you're in a calorie deficit and the other 3 you're not, that's your reason why you're not losing weight. But also be careful, don't starve yourself because that can have an adverse reaction to you and cause your metabolism to slow down, sickness, sleepy, and it just hurts all the way around. So that's why it's 500 calories a day. And you can look at a calorie calculator, see where you need to be, or you can average out 10 days and then go 500 calories less. And that will be adjustable. You will change it as you lose weight. That will get less. That will get less. If you gain weight, that will get more. So make sure you're following that and checking that every 2 or 3 months or so. Protein intake, 60 to 75% of your total calories in protein. Make sure you get in that, and then 80% of your foods throughout the week in whole foods. That might be the hardest. If it's so hard to you, start with 50%. But don't go to step 2 if you haven't got to step 1, and don't go to step 3 if you haven't got to step 1 and 2, okay? If you have any questions, guys, let me know. I've got your back. Let's do this. Let's make this work. Let's get results. Let's make it simple. And once we get past this, if we need to go to another level, this else we will. But if you do these 3 right here, you are going to get results. You are going to get ripped. And I want to help you get there. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. And let's go get results, baby.